Hello, and welcome back to Tommy's Top Picks Weekly Roundup Podcast. I'm your host, Tommy. This is episode 39. I'm joined by John, as always.
How's it going?
Good. How's your week been?
Crazy.
Yeah.
But work crazy, not fun card game crazy, which is sad.
Lame.
It's life.
But we have some exciting news. We are turning 1 year old.
1 year.
1 year.
We're almost
one whole years. So on the 30th, we are hitting our anniversary of starting this channel. We've come a long way. Wanted to thank all of our listeners and all of our viewers. We couldn't have gotten here without you. We really do appreciate your constant feedback, your constant comments, our discussions, everyone in the Discord. It has been a really fun experience. We have some exciting things planned to celebrate this anniversary. The one that we can talk about now is that we will be giving away a box of, what was it, Tails?
Both. Tails and Everfest.
Tails and Everfest. So our
Unlimited. Sorry to be sad about that. It's what I have.
John. Tales of Ari Unlimited is more valuable and more rare.
That is actually true.
Then
in Everfest, there is no unlimited, so I'm lying on that part.
Yeah,
I guess that's first edition.
That's first edition.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. And looks like we're about to hit October, by the way, and we no Everfest Unlimited.
Nothing.
In September.
It's crazy.
But yeah, so we are giving those away. We're gonna do a live stream or a video, something. We'll figure it out on Friday the 30th. Because that's the first day we uploaded a video.
7 days from now.
7 days from now.
We're recording.
We're recording. Yeah, we're recording. That's going to confuse people. We are recording on Friday. This is coming out Sunday. It is my birthday weekend, so I am going to Ren Fair.
We're rocking it.
And it's going to be a good time. So, hope you had a nice weekend. Hope nothing crazy blew up that we're not covering, Well, there's nationals. There's Fab Nationals.
Yeah, I mean, we won't know that until the end of the weekend, though, so that's fine.
Yeah, right. So, yeah. You didn't open anything this week, did you? I didn't.
No, I did do some more mail stuff. I've been buying, like I said, in the past couple of videos that I've done, pulling in the beta. Love some beta stuff. I'm getting all the fun things from my heyday as a child, wooden sphere and what's it, dryad and all the things, a giant, all those plague rats. I got so many beta cards in the past couple weeks. I'm just stacking them up. I love it. It is this crazy nostalgia kick, which I knew it would be. Just seeing the pictures, I was like, oh man. But then actually holding them in my hands, I'm like, oh man. It's
right.
Like
other
level. And they're all up on my shelf. I'm so excited about it. I actually got a second shelf. This is insane because this shelf is a real deal, big deal shelf. I'm rearranging my whole office to put a second shelf in my office so I can put more stuff on the shelf. My shelf is getting bigger. This is the prelude to committing to a storage unit that's going to actually cost money every month. So
right.
Yeah. It's getting crazy. It's good times,
I did read an article today that millennials are killing the guest room.
Oh, yeah, because we've killed everything, right?
Right.
I mean, we killed the bagel. We killed, I don't know.
Applebee's.
Luxury goods, travel, cruises. I don't know. Everything. Anything.
Yeah.
Anything that's died, we did it.
So that gives us permission to remove our guest room from our house and incorporate.
And just make it a card room.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. I mean, we, as millennials, have killed the guest room.
It's dead.
This is how I am doing it. This is the way.
It sounds like, so rephrased might be millennials can't afford houses with enough space.
Surprise.
Whose fault is that? Not millennials.
If they would just make their coffee at home instead of getting it on the way to work.
Toast.
But yeah, so I played. We can get into what I played. I didn't think I got anything this week. Oh, I ordered 3 induction chambers because I realized I didn't have any. Yeah. And that can lead into what we played, which I did a CC Armory with Dash for the first time.
How'd that go?
I went 1 and 2.
Okay.
But happy with it. because it was the first time. I didn't really know how to sideboard. I knew somewhat, but my sideboard options were limited due to not having the induction chamber, because the way Dash works is she uses those to do like the pistol pew 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 against like guardians and stuff like that.
Yep.
Foreshadowing, my third game was against Guardian. Yeah, so I just did boost aggro all 3 games just to figure it out.
Yeah, and Guardian can handle that, so you have to work around it. Yep.
Right. So
it's a fun meta. I know some people are like, it's all the same. You got Reinhardt, you got Dash, you have this varied level of aggro. Now, I will admit that the archetypes are similar, right?
Yeah.
Waiting for the big turn, right? Okay, that's fair. That is the archetype of everyone. But they do it differently, right? And there's flavor to it, and I find that to be fun. I know if you're like big brain, you can figure it all out, and it's not that interesting anymore. But for me, I find that fun, because for me, all of those different.
I purposely don't dive that big brain into
flavor.
Yeah.
It's just like, I'm here to play. I like to see Reinhardt punch, Dash in the face and crush her pistol. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, I like the balance of the dynamic, because there's definitely like 4 key player types. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
That are valid in this space. I love that.
Oh, absolutely. So my first game was against an Oldhim, newer player. I took that one pretty easily. But I did get some like nasty turns. I think I had what's that one where you boost 3 times?
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. I don't know the name of the card, can never remember it, but the over blast or whatever the heck it's called, with the 10 damage.
10 damage, yeah. So I got that 2 turns in a row.
Oh my god. That's messed up. That's mean. That's mean right there.
Yeah.
That's great.
And then I was feeling good, and then because I probably had about a third of my deck left, because boosting does just that there's a cost.
Yep.
And so my second game, I played an Icelander, very good Icelander, and it was very close, but I lost. We did go a little overtime, but it's kind of a casual event. Yeah. It was just a couple minutes. We had been playing for 50 minutes. We wanted to see it out. Like, it was a very good and fun. I would not. I'll take that back.
You still have a deck left?
I'll take that back. No, because I couldn't boost.
Oh, because kept freezing you out?
Yeah.
That's so good.
Well, and my theory was I was able to sideboard the equipment, so I had the visor and I had AB on my gloves. So I had 3 AB. So I was very constantly, my turn would be pitch 3 to block 3, and then come in with like 2 little 3 or 4 attacks.
Yep.
And then, so I wasn't really, and then he would often respond on that first one, and then I would then not boost. So like if I had one of the cards that attack for 2, or like cost 2, I would swing for like 6. So I would play that and not boost it, and then just use my other cards to defend. So it was very much a back and forth control, very like chip damage all the way through.
Yeah. He did his job.
Yeah.
That's cool.
It was very fun. But just almost impossible to boost. Now again, maybe with more reps, I'll figure a different plan. But that was the first. Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah. First Icelander match, it's always going to be a mystery.
Yeah. And I didn't take out that 10 attack, because that was never going to happen. And in the second to last turn, I drew 2 of those.
Oh. Ooh,
so I was, so I can't even pitch, because they're red. So I can't even. That might have been it. I don't know.
Yeah.
But again, very fun. Very good game. Just a little agitating, I guess.
Learning as we play.
Not being able to do what the deck does is not fun. Yeah. And then my third match was against a Bravo. And I decked out.
Go aggro.
I decked out.
I was like, you tried to go aggro. What a mistake.
It didn't work.
No, it won't.
I had like 70 cards in my deck, and he had the 60.
Yeah.
and he had about a third of his deck left, and I had none.
So there's this thing about Guardians.
And he was at like 18, 15 or 16 still.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Yeah. There's a thing about Guardians. They have this thing that they do. It's called Guard.
Yeah, I get it. I know.
It's real good.
But I just wanted to see. I just wanted to see it.
No, and it's worth learning, right?
Yeah, like, absolutely. It was very much a learning night, and I still had a blast.
Like, oh crap! There's another strategy I have to play here. Yeah, it's amazing. Yeah, it's great. It's great.
But very much enjoying Dash. I did look up how much like the French and German cold foil ones were, and then quickly said no, thank you. And but yeah, I think I'm gonna bling her out a little bit, figure out something. Fun.
Yeah, I had a great time with her. I played the defensive Dash back when that was not even meta, but it was fun.
Yeah, I need to figure that out.
Yeah, it's a different style. I'm not sure you can fully side deck into a defensive Dash.
Not the defensive, but like the pistol one.
The hybrid version, the pistol version. Yeah, totally. It's very fun. Very cool. Cool. What else you play?
We did. So we recorded 2 draft videos in Magic the Gathering Arena.
Yes.
They didn't go great.
No, they were horrible.
I almost don't want to put them up.
I feel like that's fine because it was terrible.
Yeah,
I felt bad by the second one. I'm like, oh, this is not the content we deserve.
No, our viewers deserve better. So we played the first one. So I played one by myself first, like the first or second day it was out, and I went 3-3. So I felt pretty good. I was like, all right, we'll snag a couple wins. We won't win the 7, but we'll get some wins and we'll put some up there. It's an interesting format. And then we tried to do it again a couple days later, I think, or like a week later.
Yeah, it might have been a week. That's the problem. Everyone figured that.
Everyone figured it out. And in the first draft, we went 0-3, and we were feeling pretty good about our deck.
Yeah, it felt good.
And then
not good.
No,
we didn't play well.
No. And then so we were two-headed gianting this,
which is rough in and of itself.
Yeah, but I think oftentimes we were just going to make the same decisions anyways with card hands and stuff.
Did not go well.
No. So, but we did redeem ourselves in the second. We got 1 win.
Yeah, I was just like,
but it still felt sad, and I was like, oh, maybe I'll just post the second one, but we referenced the first one the whole time, so it's just maybe for future thinking we just don't reference
you're totally blind
things that aren't live. But I mean, we still had fun. It was still a fun experience.
But it was bad. It was sad. It did not do well.
Then I'm playing more standard in that when I can. Playing a new blue-white deck that I like, but still I think the mono black is gross.
Poor Yorion.
The amount of mono black cards in standard right now that are wild and just bombs are so many, and they're all at like the 3-4 cost.
Nice.
And so it doesn't take long for the bombs to start dropping. And like the whole mood of the game changes if they live a turn or two. Like they have to be answered kind of threats, which is, and they all a lot of them gain you health in a way. And you have a lot of ways to mess with your graveyard. And
bring shit from your graveyard.
And so like you have the downside of like you both discarding cards with Liliana, but you can discard cards that you can then still play from the graveyard, and they can't.
Gross.
Unless you're playing the mirror, which is a whole nother story. The mirror is a wild game. It's actually, I really enjoy it. It's really fun to think about. But because you get to choose which card you're discarding. So, but sometimes it just works that you don't want to discard something. But then I think one of the skill ceiling aspects of it is learning that just because you can push the Planeswalker button doesn't mean you should every turn.
That sort of checks out. With her, it checks out.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like in this meta, in this deck.
Yeah.
But
Cool.
Yeah, enjoying it a lot. Did you play anything?
Yeah, I'm still playing Fab Online, Talishar.
Mm-hmm.
I get my Volda matches in mostly. I haven't had any time for CC really. I'll be honest. My
Yeah.
days have been freaking insane. And they will be for the next few months. They're just ramping up now. So unfortunately my life has gotten a little nutty. It's good. Like my work life is very positive and I'm happy about it. Sad that I don't get to game as much though.
Right.
But that's fall pretty much universally for me. Always has been for last few years for sure.
Yeah.
It's all good. I'll get back to gaming as soon as I can.
Yeah.
So my regular weekly type gaming of various types. So I do get some gaming. It's not flesh and blood, unfortunately.
Right. So do we want to? We didn't talk about what our topic is. We're talking about all these things that are coming.
Oh yeah,
Flesh and Blood
there's so much
and
stuff
Magic
happening.
and Sorcery and Grand Archive. We got some things to talk
Okay.
about. What do you want to start with? Do you want to start with Flesh and Blood? I think that's the
Sure.
most.
Yeah, for sure.
So with Flesh and Blood, we have Dynasty, the new set coming out November 11th, just in time for Star City Games event here in Philly. So, the day of. Have they announced whether those cards are legal or not?
No, at least I don't think they will be. Based on everything I've seen, it's expected to be into the new format post all of that. I could be wrong. Like, that would be wild if they're just like, here's some cards that you can't necessarily get unless they do something at the event. You know what I mean?
Right.
Where they're just like, here, everyone that came gets a box. Good luck. Which also sucks, right? Like, what wild shit is that?
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, I mean, that just seems wild. So I don't think that's the case. I think it's all post, but I don't think we have official word on that yet. It just seems like that's how it's lined up. We'll see though. This armory kit, I know they did this last time, but we didn't have major events around it the same way.
Right.
So it feels like it's a little bit of a preview, a little push, a little pump,
Oh, sure.
That Blessing of Aether card, like, man, you drop that into the meta. Just that card.
Yeah.
You don't need anything else. Just that card is something that will change it up.
So, sure.
I don't know. But I do expect that they're not trying to make it that crazy chaotic. I mean, it's already crazy chaotic. Let's be fair. This is Worlds, right? They're doing
Worlds will be over.
Oh, Worlds is over at that point? Wait, what's the SCG event then?
Here in Philly. It's just
Then I don't know. That's wild card. Yeah, they might throw knives in the court and say good luck.
I mean, there'll be vendors there with boxes.
Oh God, that's so scary. What does that mean?
Right.
It means buy a bunch of boxes and be a vendor.
Right. Remember we had this whole discussion. We were going to try and figure out how to buy a pallet and then go to the hotel and open up a pallet.
But we said this wouldn't work
because we wouldn't get it in time necessarily.
Well, if we bought a pallet, well, I don't know. If you have a distribution channel, you can.
Yeah.
But yeah, a pallet outside of that, yeah, there's no way you'd get it in time because it's literally dropping that week.
Right.
I don't know, man. I don't know. Maybe they'll throw some knives in the court and say good luck. May the best player win. Here's a bunch of new cards that no one expected at this event.
Well, people won't know whether, unless they say something. People won't know whether they're allowed or not.
Well, I mean, they have to. Well, I don't know. Maybe they won't say.
Right.
Or maybe. All right. Let's take it from step back because this is one event. It's localized.
Yeah.
What's the rest of the world like at that point? Do they all have boxes by then? Are we again delayed? Like, is this a week off of everyone else?
Oh, right. I mean, if it gets delayed again a week, then we're fine. Then the cards won't be.
Is this the only event happening at that time, or are there other events that are going to have something dropped on their head too?
I'm sure there's some other event.
Yeah, if it's the one event, then yeah, they're dropping that right on the event. Good luck, deal with it.
Yeah,
because it's just one event, right? It's a small event; it's nothing big. But I don't know.
I'd say it's a medium-sized event.
Is it? Mm-hmm. Do we have? Why do you say that?
I think it's like a battle hardened.
Yeah, but those can be small.
Right, but they're they're like listed. They're ones that are listed on the website.
I mean, yeah. I mean, it may be. It may be. I don't know. I honestly.
It was pretty big last year, and the game's grown.
No, last year this was SCG again, or
Yeah,
was
I thought it was like 40 or 50 people.
Nah, the Philly one was not that big. It didn't even go off the first day.
Oh, never mind.
That was the one where, yeah, it didn't go off the first day, and the second day it was small. Maybe it was 50 people, but it wasn't huge.
Yeah.
And I think the problem was that it was the transition between Channel Fireball and SCG, so they didn't advertise it.
Oh.
It was that whole situation. It was weirdness. It was
Yeah.
So hopefully this Philly game is much bigger because, Philly wants to support the game. But
yeah,
I don't know. We'll see. Maybe they just drop new cards on us in the middle of the event.
The day of.
The day of.
Yeah. So in the morning, we just open up a bunch.
God, how would that even go? I cannot wait to see. I don't care. Whatever the chaos is, bring it.
Yeah, I can't imagine. Then we have the Emperor. We now know the Emperor. Did we talk about the Emperor?
I think we mentioned
dual
him.
class.
I don't think we got too deep into it. Yeah.
What it means? Is he going to be serious? Is he going to be a joke? What are your bets? I think he's going to be serious.
I think he's going to be badass. I already declared in my market update, I think, that I'll be playing him.
You called dibs?
I didn't call dibs. I don't care. You can play him too.
No, I'm playing Kasai. It's Blitz.
If Kasai is still a bit. Well, she'll be in Blitz. That's true. Yeah.
What?
Think
Why
we're
wouldn't
going to give updates?
What?
Anything special to Kasai, or is she going to be the same old Kasai?
I think she will get. I don't know, because her deck's like pretty good, and I can't see them. I can't see them printing more like go again weapon. Like if we get some better ones, and we can take out those.
So here's the thing, because I'm with you. I'm with you. The Emperor happens to be a warrior.
Right, exactly. So there's going to be some warrior cards that are good.
There's going to be some good warrior cards. Now, are they good with Kasai? I don't know.
Right,
There's
exactly.
enough designers that they've blocked out people, by designing around them. So it's possible she doesn't get anything. Second thing, we were assuming, and I think we were saying, and others were saying for a while, that Dynasty was going to be a talent-based supplement. But now we have cards that are not talent-based.
We have a hero that's not talent-based.
Yeah, the Blessing of Aether. Like, it's starting to look like that's less and less true. We don't have
Yoji's just a regular guardian.
Yeah, we don't have much data. So you got to take it with a grain of salt. But it seems like maybe it's not a talent supplement. And if that's the case, then Warrior and Wizard are going to be huge for Emperor, and therefore something's got to leak into Kasai. Something.
Oh, sure, something will. I just don't think I don't think it will push her in a new game plan.
No,
I think it may swap out. I think it swaps out maybe a couple of attack reactions.
Maybe there's a card, trade a gold for 3 copper. And so you
like another way, because
you start with the helm with a gold coin on the field, and you get to go to blood on her hands faster.
Oh, gross.
Yeah, right? It's very simple mechanic, and it's very doable. Ooh. And it's like a merchant type card, you know what I mean? Like it's made for kind of PvP.
But I think blood on her hands specifically says copper. Is there any way to...
That's what I'm saying. Because with the helmet, you start with the gold and make a merchant card. Like the, what's the one where you trade your equipment for copper? You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Something like that where it's
cash
generic.
In?
Yeah, cash in. It's a generic called like making change. And it's literally like trade a gold for 3 copper.
Oh, gross.
For 0 cost or something, something very simple. And then you're definitely putting that in
there. I wouldn't.
Why?
I would keep
it's an accelerant on your core plan.
No, the card is fine. I wouldn't.
It blocks for 3.
Right, but what I'm saying is I don't think the helm is worth it. Replacing Crown of Providence.
For hand change. That's a good question. Okay, that's fair.
Because that's hand filtering.
Yeah,
that can give you a 5-card hand. You can swap out your arsenal card. And it's a 2-block.
That's a fair argument.
Now,
so here,
if there are royal cards, if there are royal warrior cards,
if there's royal,
I could be convinced.
Then suddenly the game is a different story.
Right.
Yeah, totally. So I can't wait. I'm so psyched for this set. It's funny. I've been psyched for every set. Okay, I'm not gonna lie. I've been excited for every set. This is the one I have the least um comfort with, and that makes me more excited. Does that make sense?
I don't
Because
understand.
the other ones, I'm like, okay, it's going to be more awesome flesh and blood. We're going to get this, that, or the other, and I don't know, and that's fine. And whatever, I'm fine and comfortable with whatever they do. Now I'm like, I have no idea what multi-class is. I have no idea what royal is. I have no idea what
No
we're
one does.
doing. Is it talent based? Is it not?
Well,
Like
that was all. The
there's
talent thing was all rumors.
no, I think there was something James White said at one point. I'm pretty sure he
Okay.
did. I could be wrong on that. Point being, doesn't matter.
Yeah.
This one, I have the least amount of comfort with what's coming. I don't know what's coming. It's totally off the radar for me, right? Whereas every other one, I felt like I had a concept, right? I had an idea. We knew about the freaking Everfest festival. We knew what was going on. We had an idea. We over speculated, but we
Sure.
had an idea. This one, I don't have an idea. I'm not sure.
We
It could
don't
be a
know.
lot of
Yeah.
things. And it's very hard for it to be dynasty focused and not just all red cards.
There's gonna be a lot of red cards.
What does that mean?
Spoilers start soon though. Like what, in a week?
They do.
Yeah.
We'll know soon. But I'm
Yeah.
just saying, this is a very exciting time.
Oh, absolutely.
So, anyways, man, those playmats for the armory kit though,
I know.
so good,
I
so
know.
good. What else we got?
We got Yoji, the non-royal royal protector. We kind of talked about it. We have a new guardian hero. Looks very PvE centric, but I could also see his viability in Blitz, just because of the extra health.
Maybe, yeah, the extra health does
Like,
help. All
just
those
view
extra
him
health
as a
does.
blank hero, because you don't have to activate his ability. Just view him as a blank hero with extra health.
Ugh, I hate it.
I'm not
hate it.
saying I'm going to enjoy playing against it, but that's
I'm not gonna do it.
What?
I like him as PvE only.
PvE is going to
only.
be super cool. I think it's one of the most interesting heroes designs besides Yorick.
I think he's 100% pumping for PvE, which
Oh,
I
absolutely.
like him in a main set saying PvE's coming. They
Yeah,
did
and
say
I mean
next
how
year.
yeah, so PvE is next year, but how many sets are we going to have between now and then? So getting
Well,
cards for it.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
So when it comes out, there is a base of cards that are like somewhat meant for it.
So what do
You know what I mean?
Yorick? Let's just say, I don't know what we're fighting, but let's say, what's our party? Are we doing Yorick, Yoji, what's his name? What you need?
What you need.
And
what you need is what you get.
And like Valda, right? Because she'll make so much value on making
That
other
seems
people
pretty
draw
gross.
cards, right? It's got to be Valda. It can't be anyone else.
Well, no, yeah, Genis and Valda would make a very, very good, very good
So much card draw.
Yeah.
Everyone gains. Everyone gets the value.
Yeah.
She just swings for free 10 cost cards all the time.
Yeah, it'll be great.
Yeah. I love it. I love it.
What if? Do you think we're gonna get banned in restricted cards in PvE?
Probably not at first.
Not at first, but I think.
eventually,
Do you think they're gonna take it PvE to the point where it's like, all right, we can't let you break it?
It would be cool if they didn't, but at the same
But
time,
it's not a competitive thing. So like,
yeah, but if they're trying to make like so it depends on the style. If it is an adventure against a deck or a monster or whatever, right? Like if you're fighting against something that has a static like competency, if you will,
right?
then they may find that they forgot something and it's broken and they need to ban it so that the static competency is fun. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's not just easy. That said, they've hinted at it being more dynamic than that. So if it's not that, then no, they won't ban anything. Because the point is that whoever's running the game needs to fix those problems. That's their job, you know, which is very standard for.
Or you can just have like house rules, like house.
Exactly. It's a for fun at home. Do your thing. If it's broken, so what? Deal with it. Figure it out and make new ways.
You made the choices. Make it harder on. If you want to make it harder, yeah,
exactly. So that's fine too. We'll see.
Yeah. Yeah, and then we have Blessing of Aether, which is the other card that has been revealed. His wizard card.
I'm going to tell you know what makes me most excited about that? That looks like Amira.
You think we're going to get another wizard?
Amira was an illusionist in illusionist cards, remember?
A wizard illusionist?
Uh-huh.
Gross.
Uh-huh. That's what makes me most excited about that card. Now, I could be wrong. It's all art interpretation.
That'll be the last day I play Flesh and Blood.
Does that not look like her? Like it's the same platinum.
The day.
And look at the magic in her hands. It's like that blue, the blue effect that was in all the Amira cards.
No.
I think this wizard card is Amira.
If there's ever a wizard illusionist and she is like the main meta, I'll be taking a month or 2 off.
No, you'll learn how to wizard for the first time in your life.
No. It's not for me.
It's so good. It's so good. I hope that's the case. But I don't know, like totally speculating on that. But
yeah,
man, that would be.
It's fun. Super exciting. Like next week. No. The week after next week will be the first armory with this kit.
Yep.
So
but that's just the kit. I can't wait for the.
Still, yeah, there's something about getting the first kit for the next set.
Yes, it's exciting.
I mean, you're going to have to make top 8 to get those Aethers, but...
Oh, I don't care about that. I don't care about making top 8 to get that.
I have I got one of the ones for you. One of the... unless you got them already.
I did.
Wizard ones?
What,
for this month? The ones for this month.
Are you talking about the Icelander specialties? Yeah.
Okay.
Remember, we talked about it on here.
Okay.
I bought the whole kit for like $50 or something. It was the Cold.
Oh, right. Yeah. No, I remember that.
Yeah, there was like some crazy deal. I was like, wow, that's amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm good.
Cool. Then I will keep it. And then anything else with Flesh and Blood before we move on to Magic? Got a bunch of stuff for Magic.
Go for Magic. Let's go.
All right. We got... What do you want to start with? Infinity? Infinity?
Throw that right out the window.
I'm so... Oh, man. I'm grabbing a couple draft boxes of that. That's going to be... Oh, hell yeah.
I hate you.
Hell yeah. We got to play... We're going to put some stickers on some cardboard.
Oh, no.
We're going to stack some... Did you see the card? It's like... you have a certain amount of time, or you have to stack dice, and however many high you can stack over the 5th one, you get that many 1/1s.
I hate everything about it. It's fine. I know, I know people that are more hardcore Magic fans than me that love this stuff because it's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Oh God, it just makes. I like Plague Rats, man. I like the simple days of Magic.
This is the fun days.
Pissed me off. You remember? I was like, "What is this shit?"
Okay, Grandpa.
Exactly. I'm a Grandpa Magic player. And you put stickers on my cards that makes me sad.
We don't have to. There's one. There's a white.
They're permanent, right? Like the whole point is that they stay there forever. So the next time you play the card, they are active.
Yeah.
Yeah, forever.
Right.
Yeah, no. I don't find that okay.
So there's a white soldier creature that has like a blank knight, like a shiny knight or whatever, and you get to fill in the blank, and then any creature with that same starting letter, I think it is, can't block it.
That's the worst.
These cards are so much fun. It looks like a blast.
You do G for goblins.
Yeah.
Goblins, and I don't know, man. There's a lot of things out there. I guess if you're fighting an angel deck, then A for angels, right?
Yeah, you could be the angel knight.
Oh, that's the worst. Anyways.
Moving on.
You can play that.
Yeah. 40K. 40K. Magic decks.
You got your deck or you didn't get your deck?
I don't have it. It's not out yet.
Yeah, but you don't know, right? Like, there's no confirmation or anything?
No, I do. Or I got, I mean, it hasn't been canceled. The pre-order is still good.
You're like, Still coming.
It's still coming as of now. So I was able to snag the collector edition 40K boxes off Amazon at a pretty good price. So I'm pretty excited. Now, by a pretty good price, that is to the eye of the beholder, I guess.
I mean, yeah, everything here is expensive.
But it looking at what they are going for now, it is a pretty good price.
Well, what did you? Well, you don't have to say. It's fine. I ended up getting it for, I think, a similar price, like a day ago or two.
Good.
Yeah, and I was just like, screw it, I'll buy it. They ran out on at the time they ran out on TCG Player. There's like one copy left.
Oh,
They're
really?
now selling for almost $1,000 shipped and taxed. So that's what convinced me, because I was like, oh, well, I could just sell it when I get it. But I have a strong feeling these might dump afterwards. I could be wrong, and there's a lot of reasons to say that I'm wrong. Like,
yeah,
I'd put it 80% against what I'm saying here, right?
Yeah.
But I've also seen this happen before, where it's like everything's super hype, big, blah blah, pre-sale, and then sale day comes out and they drop like a rock, you know?
Right.
So I don't care either way. I'm in. I bought. It's sealed. I'm not freaking opening it. You're insane to open it. It sits on the shelf, and it either goes to the moon and I sell it, or it doesn't and it stays on my shelf, because I also like Warhammer, so I don't care.
I can't wait to sleeve these up.
I know, and I'll be honest, I can't wait to play it. And if you were not
You're
going to let me
right.
play a deck that you were putting together, if you were not doing that, I would definitely buy the Tyranid deck and play you with it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like,
of course.
I would still play this one way or the other. I'm
Yeah.
playing this. I'm
Absolutely.
not touching a collector version to play it, though. I'm not that insane.
Will you play with my collector deck?
I will.
Okay.
If you're gonna risk it, then I will play it. Like, no sweat off my back. Yeah, absolutely.
But yeah, I am super excited about this. I used to play Warhammer back in high school quite a lot. I have gotten back into tabletop gaming recently. Spoiler for upcoming news.
And content.
Yeah, exciting things are about to happen, and you have no idea. Maybe you think it's boring, but you won't. Your life will not change if you think it's boring. You'll just move on. And yeah, I just think that the supply really is that limited with the collectors. Now, I think the non-collectors will be printed like crazy. But after talking to a couple of different shops and a couple of different people, they have back orders. Like, they have people saying like, hey, if you're able to get any more, I call dibs. Like, our main store has been like, the ones that they knew that they were told they were guaranteed to get sold out months ago.
Yeah, but to be fair, a lot of the shops, and I do not know how big our shop is in the distributor world.
It's pretty big in Magic.
As I say, a lot of the shops that are decently Magic people, they got like 4 or 5 of these. Like, they got nothing. It's ridiculous. So they may have sold out just on the people that work at the shop buying. You know what I mean? Like, it could have been that simple.
Yeah. But then they have
interesting. Like, that's something. This is one of the reasons I ended up going for it, because Amazon sold out.
Right. Because stores do buy them in the group of 4. So there's one of each deck in a box.
And you know that shop has a lot of Commander players.
Oh, it's mainly Commander players when it comes to Magic.
A lot of those workers there are always talking Commander. I go in there to buy something, they're talking about this deck, this tech, this thing. I'm like, Jesus, you guys are crazy.
Yeah. Oh, it's wild. I really want to get there and play. I showed off my Michonne deck, and they said I need to show up and play it.
Oh yeah, they love it. I mean, they are obsessed there. Yeah. It's awesome.
Yeah.
So they probably bought them all. Like, the staff probably.
I wouldn't be surprised.
I would not put it past them.
But yeah, I'm super excited to get these. I think, what is it? When do they come out? October 7th, I
Yeah,
think.
pretty soon. Yeah, like next
So,
week after.
yeah, by the end of October, we'll have a video out with us playing it, hopefully.
Sounds good.
I got some new lights. I got a new camera stand thing. So we should be able to start doing some more tabletop stuff that looks better, hopefully. But yeah. So, because this is not on Arena, this is not like a digital thing.
No,
So,
yeah, this has to be in person.
yeah. Commander, you can't. I don't know. We've played Commander over webcam. It's fine, but it is not the same.
No, it's not the same. It's
No.
true. It'll be fun.
Anything else in Magic? We got Brothers War.
Magic. Okay, so I do
Magic
want to say a
doesn't
couple
stop.
things. No, it never stops, and I do enjoy it, and I do check it like literally every day. I check Fab every day. I check a lot of things every day, but Magic is definitely the thing that's like the most variable, right? Fab, you go to a page, it's the same page as yesterday. Magic, you go to a page and you're like, what the hell happened yesterday? Like, why is this different suddenly? For example, today, this morning, the Dominaria collector booster boxes were back up above 220, right? Which we were talking about how far they had fallen. I was like, oh, they're starting to retrace. They're reflecting back. They hit their bottom. Well, guess what they are right now? 209. This is the cheapest I've ever seen them. so we're in a weird state. Even set boosters are 114.
Yeah, they're going. They dropped $6.
Yeah, I have a feeling Dominaria is gonna hit a weak spot here coming up. I don't know what the story is. I couldn't tell you the larger market dynamics other than this market sucks and everything's sucking. Like period.
Yeah.
So if you have things that you've been looking to buy for a while, not financial advice, but keep an eye on them because you're probably going to get a good discount and it won't last forever. So that's all.
Yeah.
If you're financially stable and all that stuff, but I wouldn't do it with the latest set because that stuff's always over.
No, the stuff that's just about to go out of print that nobody wants.
Yeah, but the old school stuff, you're gonna find some stuff that it's like it used to be popular. You never could quite afford that, New Horizon or that what was the hotness of the last set, the Dragon from Commander Legends, or like those things are gonna be cheaper in the next few months, I imagine, and you'll be able to get a discount on them, and then they'll go up after some period of time. I don't know if it's soon because they're still good and valuable cards. It's just right now the entire market's just slammed down so hard.
But isn't there like still 2 or 3 like $30+ cards in Dominaria?
Oh yeah. Oh, there's plenty. Yeah. And Dominaria in particular, because that just came out. The Phyrexian cards, Liliana, etc.
Oh no, not just like the base, like on a base level card, like not blinged out at all.
That's a good question. Maybe. I don't know.
I think they're the black cards. I think it's the Liliana.
Yeah, the 6 black cards, yeah. Probably. I will tell you one thing that's interesting. The collector boosters for Commander Legends Baldur's Gate, if you care about this, which I know a lot of people don't, are like 130 for a collector booster. I don't know if you realize what that means in context, but go search collector boosters.
Oh, I know.
It's like the cheapest collector booster ever made.
But then, okay, but how do you sell that later then? Like, if that's your goal?
It's still a collector booster, and it will sell in 3 years. It's a collector booster all the same. It's a rare item with special print cards. It doesn't matter. It does still work. Yeah, maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. Like, not financial advice. I'm just saying it's a collector booster. Having every collector booster is good, and having them at the cheapest possible price is good. And this collector booster is a ridiculously cheap price right now. That's all I'm saying. I don't know if that's going to hold up. I don't know if it will sell well in the future. I cannot give you financial advice. But point being, not many collector boosters get that low.
Yeah.
So if you're into buying collector boosters, this is a decent time to buy a collector booster of Commander Legends.
I don't own one.
I own all of them. That's why I'm like, holy crap, this is insane. Because like 170 is considered like a good buy for most collector boosters.
Right.
It's 130.
Right.
That's why I'm like, wow, this is crushed. Which maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it's just literally that garbage, but somehow I doubt it. I feel like it was mostly beat up on. And yes, it was double masters. And yes, It wasn't the hotness, but a lot of people that played the set.
I feel like
liked the
Magic doesn't
card.
have time to have the hotness anymore.
That's true, which is why you shouldn't care about what the market says.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, just not financial advice again, just buy everything. Buy one of everything and you'll be fine, because it will go back up in 3 years when everyone forgot about the drama of the moment. Guess what? People already forgot that Commander Legends was tied to Double Master. Like, it was a conversation on a YouTube channel. They're talking about these cards and they're like, yeah, Commander Legends sucked. And they're like, oh, actually, the cards were good. Well, why was it so bad? It's like Double Master. Like, oh, yeah, I forgot about that. It's like, are you?
But that was like a month ago.
I know.
Who are you watching? Maybe you need to change who you're watching, John.
No, man. No, it's how fast it shifts. People are already like, Dominaria United is old news. You understand, right? We're already past that. We're in what's it, the unset reveals,
Yeah,
Universe Beyond reveals and everything else. Like, we're 2 sets past Dominaria United right now.
that came out 2 weeks ago.
I know, but the news cycle is 2 sets ahead.
I know.
That's so you're 4 or 5 sets from Commander Legends at this point. It's ridiculous.
2 people bought the Universe Beyond Warhammer Collector's Editions for $900 and $49.
Yeah, only 2 though. But to be fair,
but a couple at 8 and 900
that is
too.
2 that bought it. Yeah. It's only 2, but it is 2 that bought it for $950. That's a better statement than a lot of the market prices out there, which are like, it's $1,000, but no one has bought it since it was $700.
Right. Yeah, of course. But
it's pretty cool. Anyways,
if you do want to play these decks, by the way, they're super cheap. Like, if you don't want the collector's ones and you just are like, hey, Warhammer Magic sounds cool, there's like $60 decks, which is still expensive for a commander deck. But at the same time, this is a special new Universe Beyond thing. Apparently, and it's Warhammer.
Powerful.
And this is the first Commander's. No, Dominaria was. But basically, it's one of the first commander decks to come out after the price increase. So that is also why you might see these instead of like going to your shop and buying a commander deck for like 40, 50, 40, 45 bucks. You're seeing it for like 60 to 70.
So real quick on Magic the Gathering, I think we're getting our butt kicked here because they missed their timing.
Oh yeah, they should have increased the price a year ago.
Yeah. I think their timing screwed up so badly that they are in serious trouble. And we'll see how it goes, but yeah, I think it was a big mistake.
But Magic's the stable one, John.
It is, to be fair. It is. Like, even the weakness in the market, it's like, okay, 130 for collectors. Oh, 130 for like 12 packs. It's
right, exactly.
Crushing everything else, right? Like, it's still huge. But point being, it's like, I don't know. I think it's too much, and they might have to pull back on that. We'll see what happens in the next
absolutely.
Year.
But I mean, they have the ball rolling, and they can't stop it.
Yeah, it may hurt some stuff for a while, so.
Yeah, certainly interesting.
Yeah, for sure.
Anything else you wanted to touch on with Magic? I think that's
nope.
all I got.
I'm gonna throw one little thing in here because I just got the message from good old Rudy.
Mm-hmm.
I am buying his 6.9 anniversary kit.
Nice.
I will be opening one on camera.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm excited to see if I get anything good. I don't think I will. He's made it pretty clear that they're relatively even on value, with a few people that will win here and there just through kind of a lottery focus.
Sure.
But regardless, like, I'll tell the story when I open it, but Rudy's meant a lot to me over the last few years. It's a ridiculous thing to say, but it really
no, it's not ridiculous at all.
No. And so
it's not. No, it's not.
Through COVID, he has entertained me in many ways, and so I have no problem buying the Rudy kit.
Right.
I'm a gem keeper, so I get a discount too. So I'm that's a lovely thing too. So we'll talk about that more when I get them.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm excited.
Jumping on?
What? No, I'm not picking one up.
No, jumping on to sorcery.
Sorry.
Yeah. You're like, no, I'm not buying that.
No. Not that I don't think it's good. It's just
No, it is purely an entertainment factor. Like, he's
Yeah.
made it very clear. He's
Yeah.
like, this is not, you're not flipping this. You're not
Right.
getting 3X. Like,
Right.
you're buying this because you enjoy this. That's it. Like,
Right.
buy it for the product.
Right.
I'm totally fine with.
So Sorcery is now going to be coming out in 2023. Do we know when in 2023?
No,
Oh.
well, okay. To be fair, I did not watch the entire thing because it was very long.
Right. They did come
it
out with a
was-
big update video.
Yeah, they did. They did a live stream question Q&A thing, so you could talk to Eric himself. At the time,
Sweet.
they posted it for all the backers, so you had a chance to get on there. I was busy with other things. I watched the very beginning of it, and then I had to go. Essentially, they start out like, "Hey, we're owning this. We talked to a lot of people. People love the art of the game, and we got this comment that really struck us, and that this is a really good art game." And they were offended. They didn't say that, but they were clearly offended because then they went to work to make the game better, which is good. Like, I appreciate that. The game was actually kind of fun, awesome, if you ask me. But they wanted to make it a solid game structure, which I agree with because it was very loose in the beginning.
Yeah.
Point.
We did have a lot of, does this work this way or that way?
Totally. Yeah. And the rules did not.
I mean, it also could just be like, because one of the big things that really attracted me to the game very early on is they talked about the idea of pick up and play on the kitchen table, and being able to, if someone is familiar with card and board games at all, or maybe even not that much, can pick up and play just by getting a brief overview of how to play, and then mainly the how to play is on the card, besides like your basic turn structure.
Yep.
So, because that's very exciting for me, because I really enjoy introducing these kind of games to a lot of friends, and I have found when introducing Flesh and Blood to be very difficult, near impossible. Didn't work with MetaZoo. Even struggles with Magic sometimes. So it's kind of one of the. Is it though? I don't know.
It is. It is with all the mechanics
compared to Flesh and Blood, and I don't know.
I don't know. They have different strengths and weaknesses. I mean, and it depends on who you're talking to, right?
Exactly.
Love mechanics and get deep. Some are not. Right. I will tell you, I introduced Lindsay, my partner, who is not super into card games at all. I used the classic constructed, the
classic battles.
Yeah, classic battles. And she picked it up within one game. She was solid. She understood the mechanics, and she's an analytical person, but she's not a game person. You know what I mean?
Right.
And she picked it up and was able to go with it. But I used the same set to introduce my older sister, who has played Magic for years, and she struggled because she had a different mindset playing Magic. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's very person to person, if you ask me.
It's
not like this is the easiest thing to introduce. This is the easiest thing for this person.
Right.
Yeah.
But so I am still very much looking forward to this. A little disappointed that it's going to be pushed back, but that's fine. There's plenty of stuff to keep me quite entertained and busy. So one thing that I heard about Sorcery that struck me was kind of interesting. I was listening to Red Zone Rogue talk about it for a bit, and he mentioned about, I think it was Red Zone Rogue. He mentioned about asking if Sorcery was going to do sleeves, like specific, like nice sleeves for their cards, because you're going to want to sleeve these. Do you just go grab Dragon Shield, or what do you do? Is there going to be like a Sorcery option, like to get sleeves branded with Sorcery? And not yet, it seems, is the answer, because they have not talked with a company that they feel lives up to the quality that they are looking for if they were to make sleeves. Now, that might be a cop-out answer, but...
No, I disagree. Well, okay.
But I think it would be... what I was going to lead into is I think it would be super cool if they just came out with these like specific... Now they're going to be the standard size, right? The cards?
Yeah,
we don't. Yeah. And so if they come out with like specific Sorcery cards and like take it a step above, I think that'd be... I don't know.
All right. So here's the thing. You might be right. Maybe it's a cop-out answer because they're doing a billion things, and this isn't one that's not.
It's not a high priority.
I'm not gonna deny that's possible,
Yeah.
but I will say when it comes to quality, they care a
Right. And
lot.
I'm not saying that is what I think they are
No,
doing.
no, no. And one of the things I heard while for the part that I did catch, they tested their cards for curling. Because remember, we talked about they're doing a
Yeah.
special
Uh-huh.
foiling structure,
Yeah.
and everyone's worried about curling. And they're like, okay, we're going to test it. So the PR guy, the guy who talks to the crowd, awesome guy. I apologize, can't remember his name, but he's been the best PR for a game I have seen in a long time. Like he just blows everyone out of the water, as far as I'm concerned. He's
Nice.
very communicative, he's very direct, he's very honest, and you feel like he's on your side, right?
Awesome.
Which is everything you want from
Yeah.
your PR guy, right? He took cards, sample cards that they had printed that were the foils,
Yeah.
and he threw them outside on his porch in Texas. And yeah, they got hurt. And then there was like rainstorms. I guess they have a rainy season that was there, and they got damp, like not wet but damp
Yeah.
because of the air, right?
Yeah.
And they curled, and he holds them up to the video, and he's like, "I did this with this and magic cards and something else. I don't remember."
Yeah.
He's like, "This is not to disparage anyone else. This is not to say anything else. This is just to say we're well within the standard." And their cards were less pringled than the competition, including Magic.
That's cool. Well,
Who's been doing this for
does that
decades,
say
right?
much
Like,
though?
no, it doesn't.
Was
The
it a
point
foil
is,
magic or was it a?
it was a foil Magic.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The point being is that they are within the industry.
Those come curled out of the pack.
They are within the industry standard, and there's only so much they can do because they are not materials engineers, especially with their Kickstarter.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
You
no,
know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
they're
I
not
get it.
inventing new foiling,
Yeah.
right?
Right.
With this
Right.
thing.
Right.
They're making some beautiful cards to
Yeah.
the best of their ability within their printer's capability, you know.
Absolutely.
And yes, it can foil, but if you sleeve things up right and all the rest, right,
Yeah.
you'll be fine.
It'll be fine.
Just like anything else. Yeah.
Yeah.
And he actually showed a card that he left out in his office, just sitting on his desk. So normal,
Mhm.
you know, temperature controlled environment, and it didn't foil or it didn't pringle at all,
That's good.
which is way better than other cards that you sit out on your desk because they do pringle in temperature control
Yeah.
environment. So we'll see how it actually ends up because again, these are beta prints, and you know, obviously as a printer, you're going to make sure those are better than your standard print,
Oh, sure.
right? To make sure you get the business.
Right.
So take it with a grain of salt. But it is something that they showed off that I thought was interesting, and it was something I was most worried about because they're doing unique printing or foiling. So
Yeah.
and I want a foil set.
Good luck.
Yeah, right.
But yeah, so that's super exciting. Anything else you wanted to talk about with Sorcery?
Nope. They had a lot of stuff in that thing. I recommend you watch it.
Yeah, I'll check it out.
I did not catch all of it, so there's probably a lot more details I missed.
Cool. Last one I wanted to talk about was Grand Archive, another game that John and I did a couple gameplay videos on the channel. Super cool game. Check it out. We are not going to have it in our hands till like late January, February time frame now. But they did lay out like the reasoning was that the paper that they had reserved did not arrive in time, and they did not want to. They had the option to downgrade the quality of the paper that they're using to get it out on time, and decided against it, which I am very glad.
100%.
Like wait the couple extra months.
With the quality, yeah.
And then because then that pushes this much closer to like the actual release of, because they are coming out with the Kickstarter boxes, but then they're coming out with like a first print kind of ordeal for stores and mass public. And so that will decrease the amount of time. So it'll still, like, the Kickstarters will have a bunch of hype because they'll be getting them first, but then it won't be that much longer until the new one comes out, or the regular set comes out. So
I'm down.
Yeah.
I'm excited.
Yeah. Now, how many boxes do I open?
I don't know. How many did you buy?
6.
Open 2?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
That's kind of what I'm thinking. I think I bought 8 of Sorcerer. I'll open 2.
Yeah.
And the rest either go on the shelf and I'll buy extras that are out there. Maybe not the Kickstarter ones, like wait for the release. You know
That's
what I
what.
mean?
Yeah. That's what. Yeah.
Especially with the release so soon. Like, why
Why?
open the
Yeah. Right.
special one, right?
Right. Well,
That's
because the Kickstarter ones have exclusive cards in them.
right, which is why
Yeah.
you open 2 just to see
Right.
what you
Yeah,
get, and then
right.
you leave the rest for everyone else. That's
Right.
okay. So that's my greedy capitalist approach.
Also, just enjoying the hobby.
Yeah, I mean, if you love them, just open them. Who cares?
Yeah.
Like that's fine. If you're okay with that, I'm not. That hurts my soul, deep in my soul.
I don't know. I mean, I think early on, like if you wanted to open and flip the singles, I think you could with Grand Archive, but
Where? Who accepts
eBay.
it?
eBay.
Yeah, maybe. We'll see. So many card games, so many cards.
Yeah. It's gaining a following though, it really is.
I mean, I don't doubt it. Yeah,
I think Grand Archive will do well. I don't think it's going to compete with like Magic or Fab because it's just a different demographic.
It's a niche product.
But I think it might push out some of these other anime card games because it's just a better game.
I have to say the mechanics are fun. Like,
right. So once this gets into people's hands and then it pulls people away from these other anime games that are already pretty low player base. I don't know. We could see. Yeah. I don't know. It's a new world that we're entering into, this anime card game world. But just like John said, the gameplay is so good.
It is good. Like I am not a big
it's such a well-designed
game fan at all, and this gameplay is fun. I look forward to building decks in this game, and that's not something I say about many games.
Yeah.
So that does carry some weight with me for sure. We'll see though. I mean, we are in the 90s again, where 400 different card games come out and 3 survive.
Yeah.
You know. So what will this be like in 3 years?
Magic, Fab, like Grand Archive.
What's left? Yeah, what is left? I don't know.
And Pokemon. Pokemon will be around.
Pokemon and Magic will definitely still be around to a degree.
Yeah.
To what degree? And are they dominant? Is there anything else? Is there new rise card games? I think so, but I don't know.
Oh yeah.
We shall see. It's exciting.
Yeah, absolutely. Anything else before we start closing this podcast out?
Now let's wrap it up.
Okay. So, what videos we're putting out this week? We're going to have our usual top 5 comics. We're going to have our market update. We're going to, on Friday, celebrate our anniversary of a year, our birthday, and give away some boxes. So follow us on Twitter at Tommy's Top Picks to find out more about that.
Show up for the live stream.
Yeah, and we will potentially give you a box and mail it to you.
Other things if you're there live.
Yeah. So show up for the stream. Should be fun. It's gonna be a good time. Maybe we play some games on stream afterwards. Like we'll give some stuff away. We'll give the boxes away and then we'll hang out and we'll just play. Yeah. Make a thing of it.
Sounds good.
Cool. Well, until next week, until Friday, because you're going to be there live watching us doing stuff.
That's right.
We will catch you guys later.
Have a good one.